Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Lano'S, Mr. 18 Pockets. You already know what we're doing today. Listen, today is Lano'S Point of View in-depth conversations. And you already know, man, I got my girl, Bae Fertiti,
Bae Fertiti.
live in the building right now. Listen, man, this is something that I have been wanting to do, something that I'm very passionate is to talk to you ever since I started following your journey and just watching you.
Thank you.
This is something that I have been always telling myself, like, yo, I gotta sit down with her. Um, in my mind and in my world, when I do get to see how passionate you are about schools, how I must see how passionate you are about the music business, the outside of, a lot of people want to be in front of the camera.
Mhm.
When I get to see you, I see you outside of the camera
Yes.
making big moves also. So that was like, okay, I got to sit down with this beautiful queen because of the things that you do for the community. So thanks for coming to the show.
No, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Most definitely. First, we're gonna start off 2025 outstanding community.
Voice awards.
Yes, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel? We're gonna just dive straight in. Right. How do you
Yeah.
feel when you get these type of awards and you get recognized for your hard work?
So I'm gonna be honest. That was my first big award on a big city stage like that,
Mhm.
and I was honestly very proud of myself to know that I was able to be in that room and actually got voted into that room by
Mhm.
city leaders.
Mhm.
Um, no, it was such an overwhelming feeling of just proudness, honestly. And they were talking about the DIE and
Mhm.
the effects that that actually has on the community, whether it's black or white. And yeah, I was very proud to be in that room and a part of that conversation.
Most definitely. So from classroom to stages, right?
hmm
That's a that's a huge honor, right? And then just being able to, so like you say, your first award,
hmm
but you've been doing this for how long now?
Maybe 10, 12 years now,
That's dope.
honestly.
That's dope. So okay, we're gonna talk about the importance of just getting the outstanding community voice, right?
Mhm.
How do you start this? Like, how did you even get passionate or start this right here anyway?
I was just about to say passion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have very giving parents. So I
Okay.
came from a household of watching people give and
Both parents.
both
Okay,
parents.
shout out to that because
Yeah.
that's something that we don't get to hear a
Yeah.
lot. Is somebody who was raised in a both parent household.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's
Definitely.
dope.
Yes. So honestly, just having the inspiration of giving back and helping others, I've always did little things like this since I
Mm-hmm.
was in grade school. Honestly, whether it was like packing up lunches and going to go feed
Mm-hmm.
homelessness or the homeless people that was in Madison or
Okay.
whatnot. So I've always had a passion for it. I just didn't know how to actually make this a career.
Mm-hmm.
And by the grace of God, the steps just kind of was aligned, and I'm here now.
Give me your first time when you stepped outside your box to do this.
That first time. Well, which aspect? The music
No,
aspect or the
no,
community
the
aspect?
community aspect. We're on the community part right
Okay,
now.
so what jumped out? Well,
Because a lot of us
honestly,
have big hearts, right?
yeah.
But a lot of us have big hearts, but we don't know the proper steps to take the initiative, right? So, like, what
Yeah.
made you say, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to do it in action. I'm going to show action. So because other people look at you when
Mhm.
I do say your name. First thing that do come across is somebody who is genuinely somebody who is very an advocate, like I
Mhm.
said, of changing our community. So like when you say, you know what, I'm about to take the initiative, like give me your first time just stepping out there and saying this is what I'm about to do.
Honestly, that started when I was just feeding people who were homeless. A
Mhm.
few years ago, I don't know if you know this, but it kind of became illegal to become homeless in Nashville.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if
Damn,
you
Tyler, you knew that? Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you notice, like, especially I don't know my way around Nashville. I hate that. But, like, maybe the Trinity Lane Bridge or
Oh
something.
yes, with the fence up under it now.
Yeah, you see how they say, like, state property everywhere. Well, you won't notice. Like, if you're not looking for that, you'll never see it. But
Mm-hmm.
there's so many little signs that says state property.
Mm-hmm.
And if they catch you camping out at that property or sleeping, 9 times out of 10, possibly you're going to jail.
Dang, that is crazy. So let's talk about that for a second because on Trinity Lane, I remember driving, right?
Mhm.
And up under the bridge, I used to
Yes.
see a lot of people sleeping up under it.
Exactly.
Now, when I did see it, I ain't gonna say it was a mess, right?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say that, but
Mhm.
when I you can notice it, right?
Yeah,
You
of
can notice it.
course.
Now I remember not too long ago driving down Trinity Lane, and I looked up under the bridge and I seen a fence.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh my God, like now these, because I want to say in my own mind that people sleep up under the bridge when it's raining or when it's snowing outside,
Mhm.
when climate is not good
Of
and they don't
course.
have anywhere to go.
Of course.
Now, for what you're saying, if it's illegal and they putting fences up,
Mhm.
like now,
It's
what?
state property.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. I feel like instead of making fences, let's build some buildings, communities for these homeless people. But yeah, right now it's illegal. I don't fully know Bill Lee's protocol
Mm-hmm.
for what they actually do when they pick up someone who is sleeping under the bridge. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as I know, it's a jail offense.
That is crazy. What are some suggestions that you could have to help the homeless? Like laws that could be passed, or like you said, just Metro helping homeless.
So I've recently been getting into my political bag. So I'm
Okay.
actually kind of understanding the reasoning behind some of these changes. And I mean, to some people, it's bringing down the real estate value if, they have
So this is the con of being homeless. This is the reason.
exactly.
Okay.
Now the thing, okay, sorry, but the advice that I have for
No, that's
homeless
good.
people,
I'm with you. I'm with
yeah,
you.
I know it's
Because I don't
really
think any.
hard.
I don't want to stop you, but I don't
No,
see
yeah.
anybody. Like I don't think I want to spend
Hmm.
$200,000-$300,000 on a house,
Hmm.
right? And then I come outside and it's
Of course.
okay.
And that's
So
understandable, but we should have thought about that before we spent $2 billion on a Titan stadium and we ain't won 3
facts,
games. Like that
facts.
makes no sense. We could have used some of that money, $1 million of
Yeah.
those dollars, and maybe did a community for these people, an apartment complex, something. But we're choosing to put our money elsewhere.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm so sad about this because I am a huge Titan fan, and
Yeah.
to only win one game so far and have $1 billion stadium built when it's problems that is amongst our community that we're
Yeah.
going through. Yeah, it does get a little bit conflicting at that time right
Yeah.
there. So I understand. I didn't know that. That's very like you just walked through this door and you've been teaching since you came in here. That's
That's
something.
what I do.
Yes, that's something amazing. So now let's get into this. Let's get into the advocate of the metro schools. I see you're a huge advocate for this.
Hmm. Yeah, I am. I feel like we can't really expect change from the youth when we're not pouring into them and we're
Mm-hmm.
only sending them to an institute 8 hours a day, barely
Mm-hmm.
spending any time with them outside of that.
Most definitely.
Um, and yeah, I was hearing a lot of complaints from people that was working in the school systems
Mm-hmm.
or maybe that was on boards. And they were just saying how hard it was to get children to be engaged in school, to have
Mm-hmm.
respect for teachers and just various different things. And I got to the point where I'm like, it can't be that bad. So I started putting myself into the schools. Like,
Okay.
okay, well, what's going on at the school? Because some of the schools have reached out to me and felt like I was an influential person that
Most
maybe
definitely
could
you
come
are.
into the schools and maybe speak to some ladies and, give them some inspiration of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out doing that, but then I got to realizing, school is nothing how it was when
Most
we were in
definitely.
school.
Yes.
And even if you graduated 5, 8 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't that long. School is totally different than when I was in school. And I just feel like, oh, well, we're not really giving the kids anything to look forward to when they come to school.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I remember when we were younger, we used to have a calendar that came out like maybe a month before, but it had
Oh,
all
yep. Mm-hmm.
exactly. They might do something similar like that to where projects are due, but it's nothing fun. Like, hey, we have this Spirit Week, Dr. Seuss Week, anything
Yeah. Things
like
to look forward to. Things to
yeah,
be happy about.
exactly.
Yeah, I see
Things
what
to
you're saying.
wanna have good incentives for, or yeah, just good behavior for. So yeah, I came in and kind of was hearing their problems and I came with a little solution. I'm trying
No,
my
not a little
best.
solution, a big solution.
Yeah, I came in with a solution to
Mm-hmm.
help bring our community back into our schools.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I own the Bae Fertiti Foundation, which
Most
runs
definitely.
like a network.
Mm-hmm.
And so honestly,
Congratulations on that too. Y'all
thank you.
don't let that go over y'all head. Y'all heard what she said now.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
No. But I just utilize my people or connect my people into the schools and try to bring hope back into school and let these kids know like we all started from some of the same similar situations
Yes,
and
for sure.
even attended the same schools. Like if I'm doing this, imagine what you can do. Could you have so much time to prepare? Like, yeah, it's just about planting seeds.
Just listening to the way she talks, she's making me. Now I'm eager to go and help a school. Right now, I'm like so
We
eager to
need
go help.
donations.
Most definitely, y'all heard what she said. We'll drop that link in to her foundation. So, how important is teachers
Mhm,
in this? As because I love what you say.
mhm.
When we was going to school, it could be 5, 8 years ago. What you say, I love what
Yeah.
you say. That's not too long, and having the school system totally different from when you was going to school and when I was going to school into how
Mhm.
it is now. Teachers are, I hate to say this, right? But I have this conversation a lot. Teachers help raise our kids.
They do.
So when I say that, a lot of parents are like, no, they don't help raise. I'm like, yo, yes, they do. Because
Mhm,
our kids are coming to them for breakfast to lunch. That's 8 hours a day.
mhm,
And so I wanna ask you your opinion on first. My first question is,
mhm,
how important is teachers for our kids?
mhm. They're very important. Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was teachers are the second parent. They might not
Mm.
be in the household at nighttime, but the school time is their
Mm-hmm.
household. You send them there to eat, to be looked after, to be safe, and to be in the company of adults. What else do you do at
I
home
like that.
besides go to sleep?
Yeah.
So no, they are a secondary parent, and I feel like your parents kind of teach you your morals and values, your do's and don'ts. But when you're at school, that's kind of the real world for children.
For
I
sure.
feel like the teachers actually get a version of your child that you don't ever get
Most definitely.
that you
Most
don't
definitely.
ever get at home.
Yes,
So
most definitely.
I feel like the parents definitely you should be with your child every step of the way, but I feel like the teachers are actually the parent that steps in and help with the life experience versus
Hmm.
those morals and values. Honestly, so
No, most definitely. I always used to say this, right? I feel
mhm.
like teachers are very underpaid for what they got to put up with. You
Yeah,
know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? Because I love what you just said. Teachers get the different version of the child.
Hmm.
I remember going to school, I get in trouble, and I come home and I say, man, she lying on me. She don't like me.
Yeah.
But the teacher would give traits of me
Hmm.
to my mom.
Hmm.
And my mom would say, she ain't lying,
Hmm.
because you do that here.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I always feel like a lot of teachers got to put up with a lot of kids disrespect,
Yes.
a lot of kids sensation, being
Hmm.
sensational and things like that. That's why I wanted to ask you, like teachers are our parents,
Hmm.
our secondary parents,
Yeah.
right? They most definitely going in and just getting them more into the school system and things like that.
Hmm.
What do you feel like that can change?
Just probably more involvement with the youth,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, because we can't expect too much if we're not teaching them. And I think that's what's so maybe the thing that goes over everyone's heads.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I mean, it's like training a dog. You're not gonna train your dog how to maybe urinate in one spot in one day or in 1 hour.
Yeah, most definitely.
You have to be patient with the children as well and understand, duh, they're young. They're going to make mistakes. Don't hold
Mm-hmm.
that against them because who they were last year or the year before is not who they are today.
For
And
sure.
I think that a lot of kids do struggle with that perception of the older them because I do see a lot of kids, even at Johnson, when I was at the alternative school,
Mm-hmm.
those kids have been in trouble or maybe got into some type of mishap to where now they have to go to an alternative school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to a student, and I kind of realized, like, I just realized where that child was and understanding her want to grow and her trying to grow, but everybody keeps maybe bringing up her past and putting it on her. And I was like, wow, think about how many other kids that is, or how like discouraging that is to a child that
Most definitely.
wants to grow and that's like trying to
Mm-hmm.
do better. You're not doing anything but just discouraging them. So I
I,
say just be
that's
patient.
what I think about alternative schools in a way. I love this conversation. That's why I knew you were gonna be perfect for this. Um, Alternative school to me, at times, I'm not saying that every student there deserves to be in alternative school.
Mhm.
Sometimes one mishap can
Mhm.
send you to alternative school, but the mental of it, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of us, a lot of kids, because I'm going back into how I used to think, right? A
Mhm.
lot of kids could have different opinions about it. Like, okay, I only got in trouble one time. Y'all put me over here.
Mhm.
Now I feel like an outsider. Now I feel like I could be made fun of
Mhm.
because I'm in alternative school. Can that play a part in a kid's mind?
Yeah, and not even only that. Think about how much stuff they're missing out on. The things that the regular school is
Mm,
doing that my school is not doing.
yeah.
We don't have a football team. I don't have the luxury of going to pep rallies on Friday or,
Mm,
anything game ready. I have to attend, maybe going to a game where I once was a part of this community and now
mm-hmm.
I'm not. So I think it's more than that. I think it's the inclusion or exclusion of not being able to do normal things that kids their age are doing. And that's actually another thing that I'm trying to change as well, because I spoke to another student. She had told me that she had ended up getting bullied and a bigger girl was trying to fight her at school and she was
Mm-hmm.
scared. She said, I'm not going to lie, I brought a knife to school. She said, but I was trying to defend myself and now I got put over here. And I was just thinking, like, you never know why any of those kids are in that situation. And it's
Mm-hmm.
so unfair to strip them of so much stuff that they need to get them to the next level. Because even just little experiences are still educational in some type of way,
No,
honestly.
most definitely, most definitely. See, this, like I say, this is why I want to talk to you. Okay, so now I like what you said. Also, you get in your political bag. So most definitely, I can see mayor,
Oh,
governor,
no, not like
something.
that,
Oh, you
y'all.
don't want
Not
to run
like,
like that?
no, no,
What? You
no.
got it.
Unless, Freddie, you want to take me under your wing and teach me a few things, hey, I'm open to it. But no, next mayor, I don't. No,
You don't.
that's
We don't. You don't know. You don't. You didn't know that you was gonna do this at first.
that is so true.
See,
Hold on, wait. No,
but you
no.
didn't know you was. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, right?
Hmm.
So I come from East Nashville.
Yeah.
I was in the streets,
Hmm.
right? Let me tell you something. 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me that I'd be a media personality for
Yeah.
Nashville. Like I would have said, no, no way, no
Yeah.
way, right?
Yeah.
Even if Dola White or Monty Mills would have took me up under their wing,
Of
I
course.
would never thought
Yeah.
that 2025 Lano would be a media personality, right? So
Yes.
you never know, right? And like I said,
Never
you
know.
didn't know. Like I don't think we. I think the best things that happen to us are
Hmm.
things that we just go and do.
Yeah. That is true.
Because a lot of things that I said I was going to be when I was growing up, I erased it fast
Hmm.
when I stepped out and started doing something that was total opposite or talk like something that I never talked about.
Hmm.
Everything that I used to talk about I was going to do, it's like life would throw you a whole curveball.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, so that's why I say
Honestly.
you never know.
You never know, but Freddie, hey, I'm waiting.
For sure. Freddie, let's make that happen, right? Make sure we do some phone calls and talk to Freddie. Now I want to talk to you about this, right? Because
Hmm.
we see how passionate you are about feeding the homeless, see how passionate you are about the education system,
Hmm.
which are very, very great things. How did you get into the music, like the music business? Because I see your name is always associated with helping a artist, right? And I
Hmm.
see you help. I see you help a lot of big artists, but I also see you help a lot of I don't because I don't use local, but
Hmm.
a lot of up and coming
Of
artists.
course.
So like what transitioned you into and to be the behind the scenes person in the music business?
Well, that is a layered question within itself.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I've been doing music. Yeah, I've been doing music for like 12 years.
Okay.
Honestly, I've been doing music for a very long time. I started off writing music and
Okay,
then,
songwriter.
yeah, I had people that was from major record label, big time producers that I'm still cool with.
Mm-hmm.
They loved the music. They liked how I would record the music and send it in, but they were really trying to get me to be an artist. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows me, or everyone who knows me knows. I do not care about being in front of the camera. I'm
Okay.
actually very surprised that I'm kind of doing this, but
No, we need your story. Listen,
yeah.
we need your story. Watching you grow into being a part of music for Nashville. And look, this is my camera. Even if you don't want to admit it, you gotta admit it, right? When we see you, we seeing that you're the person who put the cross the T's and dot the I's. You're the
Mhm,
person that I gave you the compliment when you came in. You are female Dame Dash.
mhm.
So we want to hear your story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially like you say, songwriting. I know
Mhm,
plenty of women and men who do songwriting.
mhm,
So I want to ask you this about songwriting.
mhm.
When you was a songwriter and you was sending it in, like how did you get recognized to even buy huge artists?
Um, Being a cool ass girl, I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. So one thing about God, He's always placed me in rooms where I was with people who seen a lot in me,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I don't know. I've always just, even in grade school, have always been around older people. Even my teachers, like
Mm-hmm.
I was one person who had my teachers' numbers. Like
Oh, okay.
I could probably meet up with them on the weekend if I wanted to, but just being a cool person, and I just feel like God putting me in those rooms and making those connections, and
How would you
honestly,
reach out though? Like how did you know? Like how did you know to reach out to these people? That's what I'm.
that's the thing. I wasn't even reaching out to these
Oh,
people.
okay.
So like that's exactly. So those who know me,
Mm-hmm.
18 through like 25, I'll say, I was heavily traveling by myself, just honestly networking and
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out how I was honestly going to make my way. Because I did always want to do music,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought that I was just going to be a writer and,
Okay.
sign to a label, write for big people, and, live my life in private comfortably,
Okay.
honestly. But God has some other things
Most
in
definitely.
store. And yeah, I had people that were pushing me to be an artist, and that just it didn't go left, but it just didn't go the way that other people expected it
Mm-hmm.
to. Um
I see how
yeah.
passionate you are about music,
I
though. I see the
love
smile
music.
when
Yes.
you get to talking about
Yeah.
music. Do you still write songs? You still
Yes.
write?
Yes.
Okay, that's dope then.
Yeah, maybe when the camera's cut off, I'll show you a thing or two of who reaches out to like
Okay.
get me to send
How
in
often do
songs.
you how often do you write?
For sure, every time I feel or hear something, I might like jot something out. But honestly, if it's not whenever I'm feeling it, when somebody is asking me to do something and
Mm-hmm.
giving me a deadline, it's
You like, okay,
yeah,
come
have
on.
to throw the deadline in
Yeah,
there.
most
It's
definitely.
like,
Okay, so tell the world
mhm,
how is it working with elite artists like Diamond the Body?
mhm,
Like when you, because like I said, when we see you behind the scenes making shit work.
mhm.
So like how do you feel when you get to work with these elite artists like this?
It feels good that my service is actually being outreached to come into somebody else's camp. It feels
Mm-hmm.
nice. It makes me feel like, oh, okay, I don't have to work with maybe people from my city or maybe the
Mm-hmm.
connections that I made maybe on the West Coast forever ago. I have different teams maybe reaching out, but it feels good for the most part. I'm ready for the big bucks to come in though.
Oh, they
So,
gonna come in.
yeah.
They gonna come in. Your grind too important.
Yeah.
I see you in New York. I see you
Yes.
in so many different places.
Mhm.
Um, give an artist that's an up and coming artist. Give them some advice about traveling, because I see that
Oh,
you travel nonstop. Even
yes.
I know you love traveling,
Mhm.
but a lot of your traveling that I see is like business related.
Yes.
Give an upcoming artist advice on not being stuck in their city.
Mhm. So I'll start off by saying, obviously, doing shows, supporting your community, you're gonna have to have that type of home fan base because when you come
Okay.
home from doing shows, you're gonna want people to know who you are and what
Mm-hmm.
you're doing outside of Nashville or wherever you're from.
Most definitely.
When it comes to traveling, now I always tell people I'm a very big advocate for artists to get outside of their city because I try to explain it as if you're only working with people from your city, your reach is only your city's reach and maybe who they have access
Mm-hmm.
to, which a lot of times are very much so slim to none. I like putting different artists in everybody's face all over, because you never know who's going to gravitate towards you. We're from the South. I've seen a very huge success rate in having men from the South go to various places like the West Coast or the East Coast, because I tell everybody, women and children, they're going to be your number one supporters. They're going to pay, they're going to go to shows, they're posting, reposting, whatever. So yeah, why would you only want to stay around the 10, 30 people that you know are female wise in your city when you could fly out and be maybe engaging with 100 plus people?
Some of them don't have the budget though.
Okay, I understand that. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, if you don't have the budget, I have no idea what to say, because
Still chase your dream though.
Still chase your dream, still produce your music, still write. You have to work. But I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of artists that come to me and they maybe want me to manage them, the first thing that I ask them is, what is your budget? Do you have a budget? I feel like when a lot of artists tell me I don't have a budget, that's unrealistic, because everybody has a budget.
I like most definitely everybody got some budget.
Everybody does. I don't care if you're Cardi B. I don't care if you're Megan Thee Stallion. I don't care if you're Diamond the Body. You have a budget. I feel... Yeah, I understand. Some people don't have the budget, but I feel like you honestly have to have that side job, take that pride out of your work.
For sure.
Because you have to be producing money, because in this industry, you're going to be spending a lot of money before you're making money. And that's it.
No,
you're
for
spending
sure.
money to make money in
For
this
sure.
game, honestly.
So I want to ask you this, right? Still on the management question. Artists, when some artists meet managers, they expect the manager to pay. What's your theory on that?
I don't pay. I do not pay.
Look, automatic. Look, you look straight at your camera. Look, I don't pay, so don't ask me to be your manager to pay.
So like I said, I've been doing this for a very long time. I feel like I've paid my dues, and honestly, you're able to see that I've paid my dues through the proof that I'm even allowing y'all to see some stuff I never even post about. But no, I do not pay for artists, because one thing that I've realized that I do for artists, I make it very, very easy as far as your experience. I already don't deal with the common people, and I think a lot of people know that about me. I like going straight to the big dog, people that's running stuff. So I feel like with me, you're cutting so much middleman out, so much BS, so scams, all, because I mean, even working with my bigger artists, even me and my bigger artists have been scammed out of money, you know, working through the wrong people. But I genuinely feel like, no, I've paid my dues.
No, I get what you're saying.
I have a service fee.
I get what you're saying. I remember I saw something on YouTube one time where a guy was like, he was trying to get Lil Wayne a verse from Lil Wayne, and it was like a guy that could get in touch with Lil Wayne was like, okay, you got to give me $20,000 and then I'll tell Wayne. And he was like, okay. Then it was like, okay, before we get to Wayne, we got to talk to Birdman. And then Birdman say, you got to give me $100,000 to get to Wayne. So now, when you do get to Wayne, you don't spend $220,000 for a $100,000 verse. So I like what you say. Like, you are the person, the manager that says, hey, listen, this is the upside of me managing you. We get past that. I go straight directly to the artist.
Yeah.
Right? I like that. That's something dope right there. Yeah. What is your opinion? No, what do you feel about, how do you feel about Nashville hip hop?
I love it. We're growing. Honestly, okay. I do. I love it. I think that we're growing. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people were saying Nashville doesn't really have a sound. Nashville doesn't really have a sound.
I done heard that before.
That's not true. Okay. We do have a sound. Now I have to play like some similar music so I can be like, this is actually Nashville sound. I think that Nashville is growing. And honestly, I feel like there's kind of two sectors to the urban side of music for Nashville, because you actually have your neo soul R&B side of Nashville.
Most definitely. That don't get talked about.
They're killing it.
But they don't get talked about a lot.
Yeah, they're killing it.
You're right.
I'm not going to lie. That side of Nashville, hey, all I can say is they're killing it. They're making huge moves. They're selling out their own shows, going to get their own venues, and I'm here for it.
Like, most definitely. Shout out to the rap girl
Lil
Tim
Bree.
Gent, Lil Bree.
Yeah,
I
G
got to,
Slab.
yes, I
Yeah.
got to go to their event. I just actually me and G Slab has followed each other for a long time,
Mhm.
but I actually just got to meet him
Oh, love it.
Thursday
Oh,
at a
okay.
party that we was doing.
Uh-huh.
But you are right. The neo soul, the very
Conscious rap, yeah.
conscious rap. Oh my God, it's very killing it.
Yeah.
I like what you said about it, that because they do say we don't have our own sound, or we
Mhm.
haven't found our sound yet.
Mhm.
And I used to agree with them, but now me just being in the media
Mhm.
and getting to know, I get so many emails. I mean, so many different artists that I be like, damn. And you know what? I kind of feel feeling bad because I be like, you from Nashville? They be like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm from Nashville. I be like, all right, man, I'm from Nashville and I ain't
Yeah.
heard you. Like, they be
Yeah.
like, yo, I've been doing music for 10 years. I'm like,
Mhm.
dang.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask
Well,
you. I'm sorry,
sorry.
go.
I want to say why you haven't heard from them until now. Nashville media just became I'm
Yep.
sure
No, you're
there
right.
is probably a podcaster out there. There is somebody that owns their own media company that has been doing this for years. I'm not talking about you. But Nashville media has just became a
In the
thing
last
within,
3-4 years.
I was gonna say 2 to 3, but
No,
yes,
you're right.
3, 4
No, you're right.
years. It's new, it's fresh. Everybody's still trying to figure out how to, I guess, navigate their platforms and what to
Mm-hmm.
do to actually have better engagement and outreach to other cities and other
Mm-hmm.
states, because you need that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's going to take us a few years, but we're putting in the steps and we're doing the work now. But
Mm-hmm.
the media aspect of Nashville, for urban Nashville, it's new. It's so new, and it's doing such a good job
It
for it
is.
to be. It's doing an amazing job, honestly. I actually think that's what Nashville was missing. We
Most
wasn't
definitely.
missing our sound. We were missing our exposure opportunity,
Most
to be
definitely.
honest.
The reason that, okay, so the reason that, so my co-host
Mhm.
from the Born Rich Club podcast
Mhm.
started a show in 2016
Mhm.
where podcast really wasn't a thing, right?
Mhm.
Um, and he started with a phone with a cup holding it, and he started in his baby mama's kitchen.
Mhm.
And he revamped it and he added me to it.
Mhm.
And the reason that we're so proud to be a top media company in Nashville now
Mhm.
is because the Breakfast Club wasn't calling our artists.
Mhm.
$1 million Worth of Game, Drink Champs, these huge media companies wasn't sharing our artist story or journeys, our music. And
Can
we
I
was,
elaborate on that?
yeah, go.
I'm sorry. We didn't pay for that service. That is a platform that is that you have to pay to join. Even some of these bigger artists that we see that are on these platforms, they're paying to get on there. I think that we in Nashville don't really understand that a lot of this really does cost money, and
For
not all
sure.
of it is about connections. Because you can have the connection, like I have connections. It might be heavily discounted, but you're still gonna pay something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I do understand. Yes, we were not getting on those platforms out of town, but we weren't paying to get on them. Or we weren't shared on
No,
those
you're right.
platforms.
No, no,
But
no. Most definitely, you're right. I just made a post about business is business.
yeah.
But this is the reason that we wanted to highlight and share the journeys and the stories of artists from here.
Mhm.
Because we recognized that they wasn't paying to get on these other shows.
Mhm.
And we wanted to be, because we're not the first media company, but we wanted to be a part of the media world
Of course.
to help an artist get exposure.
Mhm.
Because now our reach is real big now, right?
Yeah.
Something that we wasn't even thinking of. When we came in this, we wasn't thinking big at
Mhm.
first. We was
Mhm.
just thinking to help.
Yeah.
And now that our reach has grown so much, where out of town I love when we get to post the artists and they email us and they say, "Hey, I never heard of this guy."
Yeah.
Now I'm
Of
on,
course.
yeah, now I'm
Exactly.
on to
Yeah.
him. Things like that. It's big to us.
Mhm.
So I love your input. I love your take on that. And I get to this right quick. The business part, something that you just said, is something that I think a lot of us do lack in.
Mhm.
We got to understand business is business, and we
Yeah.
got to understand you got to pay.
Mhm.
What's your thought on that, right quick?
Um, it goes back to having a budget, because I do understand a lot of people don't have $5,000, $10,000 just sitting around to invest in their craft.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have to work, and you have to, like, honestly, when artists do want to work with me, I prefer for them to actually tell them what they want out of their career versus me tell them what I want for them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so honestly, it comes back down to that business plan and that budget,
For
honestly.
sure. That's dope, man. I love, you know what? This is a great conversation. So I want to ask you this, right? Being a female, strong, confident female in this music business, do you ever feel like women get overlooked sometimes in this business?
Yeah, for sure. Overlooked, under-recognized. It's a lot that goes into this. And I tell everybody I'm in a male-dominated industry.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I have to be a bitch just
Yeah.
because otherwise men will try to get over on you or try to date you for, like, no, we're not going for any of that. Like, I'm
I
just,
like that.
yeah,
You
a
stand on
strict
all
woman.
10.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You have to be. Otherwise they're gonna run over you, and I'm not having that. So
That's
yeah.
good. I like what you say. You spelled it out. But you most definitely let them know, like, I'm come for
Yeah.
business. I don't come to play.
Even if it's a celebrity that I'm working with, like, hell
You're not
no.
fanned out.
Not at all. And I
Talk.
compliment
That's your
them.
girl.
I can
Talk.
tell that does bother people, that I'm not fanned out, but I
Mm-hmm.
actually really love that about myself. Like, and I feel like some people who are not egotistical should appreciate that too, because at least I'm here to strictly do business.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care about taking pictures. Shout out to my artists, because I'm just now starting to take pictures with celebrities and things like that to even showcase
Mm-hmm.
my work. But yeah, I'm not fanned out. I like money. I'll be fanned out when them zeros hit that bank account. Then
Yeah.
I'll get fanned out. But as far as like, oh my gosh, this is X, Y, and Z, not that type of
As
person.
as a man, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? So as a
Mhm.
man, when you meet a female, right, and you meet the female and she shows you that she's more about business, that's very important for me.
Mhm.
Because I love when I can meet a female that's about her business and not throwing herself to get ahead.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys that I know love those type of
Oh
women.
no, the influential men that I work with absolutely love it. The
Yeah.
females, yeah, they're probably like, "Oh, this B thinks she's head in charge,"
Yeah.
but honestly, I really do. So,
So hold on, what you really? I really do. Yeah.
I
So
mean, obviously, if you're outsourcing me and you need me to do something for you, you need me to tell you what to do. So I
Most
am
definitely.
technically in
You
charge.
controlling.
For the time being.
You like to
so
be in control.
I think so. I'm a Capricorn, so
I'm a
yes.
Taurus.
Oh, okay. We're both earth signs.
Yeah.
Taurus get on my nerves because y'all have to be right about everything.
Well, I'm always right. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Since probably like the last 15 years, I haven't been wrong.
Okay.
That's good that you let me have that. Yeah, it's good. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. I didn't learn to just take a deep breath and just walk
From
away.
Taurus? I thought
Taurus?
Taurus are like the best signs though, right?
What? Okay, and what's messed up is, with me being an earth sign, Virgo is a part of our earth sign. I love Virgos. Everybody hates Virgos. They think that they're so nonchalant and a-holes. But me,
I can see that.
yeah, maybe that's an energy that I like, because Capricorns, we're cold. We don't really have too much emotion going on.
I'm an earth sign. We're an earth sign too.
Yeah,
though.
we're earth. Yeah, I said all
So
three
that's
of us.
crazy that we don't get along.
It's not that we don't get along, but if you're right and I'm right, then who's wrong?
You.
Exactly.
But dope. We get along though. So
yeah, we locked in.
Yeah, we
come from the same place.
Yeah, so we most definitely locked in. Okay, I want to ask you this: How was it being able to get mentored by Dame Dash? Before you say that, long time ago,
Okay.
Jay-Z come out. Instantly, I become a huge fan of Jay-Z. Shout out to my sister, Baby Dad. He's the first person that gave me a Jay-Z album. And this is at the same time that I got on Cash Money. So I was a No Limit fan, then I got on Cash Money, and then right in that time, I received the Jay-Z album. And from that day on, I was a Jay-Z fan, right? Now, as I got to learn more about the Rockefeller umbrella, Dame Dash became somebody who I was inspired by. So I always loved music, but I always loved the behind the scenes music. And I say
Mhm.
all that to say that what intrigued me about you.
Mhm.
I saw how much you was passionate about music, but on the behind the scenes of it.
Mhm.
I'm a huge Dame Dash
Mhm.
fan. Um, saw that you're working with him, getting mentored by him. How was that?
It was great to work with him and to learn some lessons, honestly, because
Mm-hmm.
he kind of taught me the way that I am now. Actually, he taught me sometimes you have to bully in order to get what you want. And
Mm-hmm.
coming from, well, sometimes I'm very soft spoken and I just like don't really care about too much. So I'll let some stuff slide. But Dame, he actually was one of those people that taught me actually you cannot let everything slide. But outside of that, working with him, it was an experience, honestly, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm still young to where I don't really know too much about Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But old enough to understand the empire that he did help build with
Yes, very
Rockefeller.
impactful. Dame Dash
Yes.
was a very
Yeah.
impactful guy. He fought for his artists,
Hmm.
which I feel like nowadays, um, it's kind of overlooked. Fighting for your artist and having an artist to see the manager or the label owner go to war for you,
Hmm.
it makes you appreciate that person. Even the slack that he's getting now,
Hmm.
I got nothing but respect
Hmm.
for Dame Dash
Hmm.
and the impact that he has
Hmm.
um on hip hop.
Yeah, of course. I feel like his impact, honestly, it has nothing to do with why people don't like him. I think
Mm-hmm.
Dame is just such an outspoken ass person.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are not used to that because we do come from a world to where people will bite their tongue or like,
Mm-hmm.
like I
Not
said,
me.
sweep stuff under the rug.
Not me.
No, seriously, that's Dame. Dame is very like out the gate, don't give a damn. I always laugh because my first time ever meeting him, I don't know what he was mad at, but he has said something, and I was thinking, whatever they said he did back in the day, he probably really did that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause no, but I think he's just so passionate about his work and his craft and anything that
Mm-hmm.
he puts his name to. You honestly have to be like that.
Yeah, that's me.
But yeah, no, Dame working with Dame, it was really cool to see the influence that he had on all of the people that was around. It was amazing to watch, honestly. That was my first legend that I've actually ever worked with. So it was very nice. I learned a lot. And yeah.
There you go, man. Listen, dope conversation. I'm gonna keep telling you this.
Mm.
I'm so happy that you came to sit down.
Thank you.
Cause you don't sit down a lot. I see that you don't like to be in front of this camera, but it's very much a pleasure for me to have you sit right here to
Thank
give
you.
your experience, your knowledge, your wisdom, especially your impact about music,
Mhm.
the behind the scenes of the music industry, giving game to artists, and also speaking about the homeless, speaking
Mhm.
about education, how important it is to us. These are things that I feel like we most definitely need.
Mhm.
And you're somebody who is very impactful, someone who is very headstrong and know what she wants.
Mhm.
So, like I say, I'm always when I see you and I see your name, or I just see you on internet,
Mhm.
I'm always super proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
I do want you to
Thank
know
you.
that. Before we go, this your camera. Let them know how they can get in touch with you.
So y'all can follow me on Instagram. It is Bae BAE underscore FERTITI. And the name is Bae Fertiti, not Fratelli, Fratelli.
Yes.
I didn't heard
She
it
don't play
all.
about her name.
Exactly. But no, yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was so
Mhm.
nice to come and sit down and yeah, y'all come join the podcast. What are you waiting
Most
for?
most definitely. This is something, and so just for you to know, right? This
Mhm.
is something that's new. This is Lano's point of view in depth
Okay.
conversations.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Leno's point of view in depth conversation.
Yeah. So you're my first guest.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're most definitely my first guest. It's still a part of the Born Rich Club
Of
podcast,
course.
but this is something that this is a dream that I had, right? So
Mhm.
once we kicked off our podcast and the podcast started doing real good,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, because the podcast is more like a like radio show,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
I wanted to get more in depth and behind the scenes
Mhm.
with influential people like yourself,
Thank you. Mhm.
people that paved the way, but also people that doesn't get that recognition because
Mhm.
you don't put yourself in the front of the camera. So I wanted to highlight what you do and
Thank you.
things like that. So like I say, thank you so much.
Thank
Look, I'm gonna
you.
end it just like this, y'all. This is something that is very impactful. This is something that's very legendary to me. To be able to sit down with Bae, to be able to pick her brain, to get her thoughts and her opinions and her perspective on the music business and the education is very important. I want to let everybody know this is something that we all need. Keep yourself in tune, keep yourself grounded, and be humble. This is your boy
Yes.
Lano'S. Excel. Peace.
Peace.